starting.
All right, here's part two. We're going to start moving the club back slowly. You can see you start back pretty good, but you start turning to the inside. This is what's called taking the club away to the inside, which creates the part of the problem that you'll see on that video, the one from Jim Hardy that I sent you, where they talk about the plane and how you wind up hitting the ball to the right when you do this. But you're taking it into what you'd ideally like to see is this club here, the shaft, be on line with this blue line. This is what's called the plane, the swing path, and generally you want that to be somewhere right in your waistline to your hip. That's generally true for most people. And you'd like to see the club go back on that line and come back down on that line as close as possible. Nobody gets it right on there, but when you can see when you're halfway back here, you're way underneath that, which is causing you to come back down way from the inside, which makes you basically line up and push the ball to the right, as you'll see as we get through the swing. We'll keep on going back here. You can see right here you are perfectly on plane. Now we'd like to see something like that more from the beginning, to where we were closer to this blue line than where you are here. Club face is just slightly closed at the top, but that's livable. Arm is nice, left wrist is flat, very nice. Hips have turned away from the target, very nice. Head is still steady. You haven't lifted, you haven't ducked, you haven't swayed backwards. Your head is still right in the box up here, as you can see. So we'll keep going all the way to the top. Right here is the top of your backswing. Left arm's bent a little more, maybe if we could get it out there, but that would come with just maybe elevating this elbow here just a little bit to get your hands up higher. That's where I think as we get more on plane, your hands will finish up in this area, about another 2-3 inches higher as you take the club away on a different line, and we'll talk about that later and how to do that. But again, you've got good steady head. The head hasn't moved much. The hips have rotated. The shoulders could use some more complete turn with the hands not going any farther back than this. I think a real good model for you, if you look on Hank's book that I gave you guys, the one, Essentials of the Swing, the one that's got him on the cover, if you look at the position of his hands in relationship to his right shoulder and everything, yours is there's a lot of similarities, other than yours are slightly lower. If your hands and your left arm were at an angle slightly higher to where we're coming across in this kind of a direction here, you can see that is parallel to your swing plane. That's ideal. Now, not everybody can get there because of flexibility or lack of whatever, but if we moved your hands up to here, then you're in a perfect position to start the downswing. But even with that said, you've got a nice flat left wrist. Your club face is relatively parallel to your arm, and so now we'll start the downswing. Oops, wrong way. There we go. So now here we come down on the downswing. You're bringing it down on plane, which is nice. This is really good, and this is something Brandon's going to need to work on, because he kind of does the opposite, where he brings it from the outside in, whereas you're bringing it too much from the inside. But that does allow you for a really good spot. So you can see we're perfectly parallel to the plane here now, but then we dip way back under as we get down here. You return the hands. This red line is where your hands started. They're returning pretty much to that, which is a Tiger Woods thing that he taught everybody about as a way to get more consistent contact. So that's a really good thing. You like to see that you're able to return that. But as we get down here close to impact, you can look and see this club face right here is pointing that way. That's the reason why this ball goes right immediately. I mean, this blue line I drew up here is directly to the target, and you can see it starts immediately right. That's not a slice, that's what they call a push. You are just, the club face, because of the way it came from so far inside, it is just coming down and swinging that way. Now it starts to close, but it's too late because the ball's already gone. So the goal will be to get this thing to come back down where that club face is square by the time it's getting to this blue line, or where the ball was here. And again, you can just see that club face is just wide open. That's the target line for the club face. Now, if that club face is squared up here, then it goes this direction.
Hurry up, it's 5 minutes. It's blinking.
and then we follow through. So good solid follow through. Might like to see a little more hips, but that's a good solid follow through. I mean, the good follow through is you want the club angle to be on this plane again. You end up there, which you're pretty darn close to. There's the angle of the shaft from on the follow through. You like that to match up to the swing plane where you started. Pretty darn close to this line. So good job, and I'll send this, or I'll post it on YouTube because it's too long to send, but I'll post it on YouTube and send you the link. Bye. Love you.